AITA for not bringing NT daughter to my sister's wedding due to autistic child not being invited. My 37 meters sister, 29F, is getting married in June. I have 2 daughters, one neurotypical, 7F, and one high needs nonverbal autistic daughter, 5F. My sister made a rule about her wedding: no kids under 5, which I think was a polite way of excluding my disabled child. My wife or myself would have immediately took her outside if she had a meltdown. As my 6-year-old nephew, also neurotypical, just made the cut and gets to go. There's only 2 other children under 5 in the family, no known disabilities yet. I understand her wedding, her choice, but I'm not okay with including one of my daughters but not the other. Problem is my 7-year-old daughter really wanted to go. She's a real girly girl, loves pretty dresses, princesses, fairies, and yes, brides too. She was excited getting to see her aunt in a bridal gown. The last wedding she went to, she was too young to remember. Since it is my sister, I don't feel right missing her wedding, so we are going without the girls, and my in-laws will watch them that night. She's upset she doesn't get to go. And my sister says I'm fostering resentment, but I think I am teaching my daughter it's not okay to exclude family due to a disability. The way I see it, it's my sister who created this situation, not me. AITA? Edit correction. Rule is no kids 5 and under. My apologies, should have specified that. Oh boy. The thing is, we get a lot of posts from adults here with ND siblings whose parents insisted the ND sibling had to be included in everything. Going to a classmate's birthday party? Then your nonverbal high needs autistic sibling has to go, or you can't go, because the sibling has no friends and will never get to experience this otherwise. Going to the movies with your friends? Then the sibling has to come too. Even though they will get overstimulated and start screaming and everyone will get thrown out. Going for a walk in the park with a boyfriend? The sibling has to go along. We all know where this will end. In 20 to 30 years. NT. We're getting older and we can't take of sibling anymore. You need to step up and take responsibility. No? What do you mean? No? What do you mean? She ruined every event in your life? Quote. I think the op means well, but they need some perspective. Soft YTA. And talk to someone professional about navigating these murky waters before they come to my predicted conclusion. YTA. This is a common rule. Take your 7-year-old and enjoy the wedding. Don't be that person that makes someone else's wedding about themselves and feels like the rules should be changed for their child. YTA. You going to the wedding while leaving 7-yo home with her sister to teach her not to exclude people with disabilities is a double standard. You shouldn't be going either. On top of this, you're potentially fostering ill feelings in your 7-yo towards 5-yo. Either you don't go as well, or just bring 7-yo without 5-yo. YTA. Her rule is perfectly reasonable. And no, we'd take her out if she had a meltdown, is not an acceptable plan for a wedding in this circumstance. The fact that you don't understand that tells me the happy couple has very good reason for excluding your daughter. Also, you're teaching your 7-year-old that she will always come second fiddle to your favorite child, and that her wants and needs are unimportant. You need to rearrange your thinking, or she's not going to contact you as an adult. YTA. This isn't a teaching moment for your 7-year-old. It's a punishment. If you want to teach her that it's wrong to exclude her sister, then you should all stay home. What you are teaching her by going without her is that she will be punished for her sister's exclusion. She will learn to resent and hate her sister. YTA. In 15 years you will be posting asking how you could have made such a mistake restricting your NT child in a misguided effort to be fair to your autistic child, and wondering if she will be no contact forever and what you should do. YTA. No under 5s is pretty reasonable emo. There's a good chance you're reading into it too much. Sounds like a compromise rather than fully child-free. Also, you're punishing your 7-year-old daughter for your sister's choice. Something your daughter has literally no say in. Which is just weird. Why would you even consider dragging a high-needs nonverbal autistic child who is prone to meltdowns to a wedding? YTA. You truly can't understand why your sister would prefer she not attend. You are an ass. It's her wedding. I vote for you staying home with your younger child and your wife and elder daughter attend. I think you're reading too much into this because you're sensitive about your kid. It sounds like sis made a pretty American standard wedding request for no smaller kids because kids under 5 are notorious for being disruptive, which, by your own admission, is likely to happen with your daughter. I understand that you must feel incredibly defensive on your daughter's behalf, but your sister isn't discriminating against your child, who you admit is likely to have a meltdown during a very important event. She is trying to save everyone, including your special needs daughter, from an incredibly uncomfortable afternoon. YTA. Learn to accept boundaries graciously and teach the same to your kids. It's an essential skill in life. I mean, would the 5-year-old care? Isn't it likely that a wedding would not be a 5-year-old kid with nonverbal autism's idea of a great time anyway? YTA. You are denying your older kid experiences she would enjoy because her sister wouldn't be able to go. Why are you only concerned with your younger daughter? I think it's interesting that you're willing to punish your daughter and make her miss out on the wedding to stand up for her sister, but you're not willing to miss the wedding yourself to stand up for your autistic daughter. You're holding a 7-year-old to a higher standard than you hold yourself as a parent. That is gross. Do you think this is going to strengthen their bond or make the oldest resent her little sister and you? Hint. You are on the path to destroy your daughter's relationship. You're also a massive hypocrite. 3 people in your family were invited to the wedding, yet only the 7-year-old is burdened with standing up for the autistic child. You are forcing your 7-year-old child to make a sacrifice you aren't willing to make for your daughter. That makes you an asshole and a horrible parent. YTA. YTA. All you're teaching your daughter is that she's going to have her nonverbal sister with her at every event like a ball and chain, or she will have to miss out. Those are her options. Let her have a night focused on her enjoyment of life. I bet almost everything in your daily life is focused around what her little sister wants to do. Your autistic child is realistically going to have to miss out on a lot in life. Being so high needs. Don't take it personally, no. It's not fair, but it's just the way it is. YTA. I have 1 child with DD and 2 without. I would never leave the children who could be included home just because the child who wasn't invited couldn't go. It's absolutely not your NT child's fault nor responsibility. Let them enjoy the wedding. It's your sister's wedding, not yours. It's not about you. Also, I beg you, beg you, let your NT children have a life outside of their high-needs sibling. Mine are grown now and thank me frequently for not making their sibling their responsibility. And for that reason, they enjoy the time they have with him. They don't resent the time they get to spend doing things with him. They had all the activities to grow and be with their friends without feeling guilty, and grew up doing sports, music, clubs, and college, and are now healthy, loving adults who love and care about their brother. They now volunteer to do things with him to give Enmi a break, and so he can also have fun with people he loves. YTA. The no kids 5 and under also excludes other kids in the family. It is not a personal insult to you or your 5-year-old. It's a clear rule that even your kids should be able to understand. You have to be 6 years old to be old enough to go to this wedding. Take your 7-year-old with you, and let her have a good time. The rule applies to all kids under 5. You're making it about you. YTA. Yeah, YTA. Quite a lot really, as there are 2 distinct and severe fails here. One you ain't teachin' the 7 years old about, it's not okay to exclude family. You are literally excluding her. A member of the family. Christ. The effort it must be taking you to not see that. 2 punishing, limiting the NT child for the benefit of the NNT child is exactly how you wind up looking after NNT child yourself while NT child calls once every few years. A few years down the road. It's real bad parenting. If you actually want to teach a message about family unity, then just don't go. That would fix problem 1 and make you less of a hypocrite, but it would still leave problem 2. YTA. Is your sister targeting your 5-year-old in the 5 and under rule? Who knows? Children at weddings is commonly a debated topic. Will other 5 and unders be there? If not, it's fair. It's not uncommon at all for couples to have a child-free wedding, or to only welcome older children. The fact that you stated a contingency plan already suggests you should self-reflect as to whether it's appropriate to bring your younger daughter, regardless of age restrictions. Your daughter, by your own account, vehemently wants to go. There is absolutely no reason for her not to. When you and your wife are attending, people who have already said this are right. There are posts here regularly from adults dealing with being sidelined or prohibited from regular activities they want because their parents are trying to make things fair. It's not fair. It's not fair to your younger daughter. She isn't going to get the experience your older can. It's not fair to your older daughter to limit her experiences for someone else, regardless of who they are. Is your younger daughter actually going to mourn missing the wedding? Because your 7-year-old will, and hold in the back of her mind into adulthood. YTA for causing your 7 years old to miss out while the rule per your correction is, no kids 5 and under. Quote, I understand you feel like the rule was made to slight your kid, but sometimes it's not exactly about them. Maybe your sister probably really wanted a child-free wedding but knew she wouldn't have a lot attendees if she did that, so she tried to find a compromise for her wedding. Your children are different people. That doesn't mean you love one less than the other. It just means that going through life will be a different journey for each of them. Sometimes one will get to do things that the other won't be able to do. That's life. Get a babysitter and enjoy the wedding with your 7-year-old. There will be times when your 5-year-old can participate, and this is not one of them.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.